Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 301
301.
of the Red Force Podcast. My name is Tyler. Joining me today, Christian Solano.
Let me get a little closer, Eric. I'm a little far out.
Today, we review the One Piece live action in its totality.
Totality.
Eric
can't speak today.
Christian might come in a bit spicy. He's got his beret on, he's got his easel out, his little palette, he's looking for fine artiste.
Eric, talk of the
Cinema.
show might anger you, it might not. I don't know how you feel about talk of the show.
I haven't seen it. Surprised that we'll get there.
Oh, you'll be surprised.
Okay.
Alright.
But yeah, we'll review it in a minute, but what else has been going on?
One Piece anime! We're charging that fist, Eric. We're doing the classic Dragon Ball Z Spirit Bomb nonsense. We're charging that fist. Next week, Kaido flashback, and it should go off. I saw a muscle Matoshi, Eric. They're gonna add some sauce to it. It's gonna get even bigger.
It's gonna get even bigger. Hopefully, the explosion is satisfactory.
Natoshi's doing it.
Yes.
How do you feel about that? At least they got a quality animator for it.
I don't mind it.
It could have been absolute garbage. Should have got some guy. They got Natoshi. The OG Sakuga man.
The original.
The original Sakuga. Alright?
The man showing up in a marine port.
Toei's best animator on staff.
Right.
Consistent, Eric. He's a full-time employee. He's not contracted. He's there to source Toei.
I think a couple of those guys are full-time now.
I don't know if they got employee contracts or just, you know.
But, anyway. We're out here, we're talking about One Piece. There is a chapter next week. It seems like the hell streak is over.
Can Oda please give us the fight? I need that Kizaru versus Luffy.
We need that SmackDown.
We need to start Eric, I've all week I've been seeing insane takes.
Like what?
If Kizaru... Eric, the cope is out of control. Apparently, if Kizaru pushes Luffy to Gear 4, then that means Akainu is stronger than Kaido. How do you figure about that math?
It's odd math.
What do you think about that math? The Navy Cobras are already out in force.
And they get dominated.
What kind of absolute crackhead logic is that?
I don't know what they're talking about.
Eric, apparently there's Admiral level and then there's Fleet Admiral level. And we've downgraded Admirals to Commander level. So therefore, if Luffy needs
I see.
Gear 4... So the final hope is Sakazuki. Right? So they're gonna gas anything Kizaru does is half as good as what Sakazuki can do.
Maybe even 4 times weaker.
Eric.
Who knows? The sky's the limit.
People are just gonna source Akainu. Now, Eric, Kuzan, not a great performance against Garp.
You know,
so what do you have to say about that?
Kazan Cobras just disappeared into the night. Just like the Green Ball Cobras.
Eric, the Green Ball Cobras got absolutely... Eric, got absolutely obliterated into the abyss.
He took out a weakened king and queen.
Yeah.
Everyone thought he was he's the GOAT.
The Shanks put him in his place.
Messed him up.
To be fair, Eric, the Momonosuke... You know, that's a little damage right there to the rep. The reputation. Momonosuke blast breath. Putting a hole straight through Green Ball. A little...
And of course the Fujitoro Coast's been out there since Dressrosa.
We know it. But they're the new Admirals, they're the fake Admirals, Eric.
Kizaru's it was time.
Kizaru's the only real Admiral, and we'll find out.
Kuzan's maybe washed up. There's no excuses left.
Alright.
I just want to address one
hot
topic.
Hot topic, Eric. What's the hot topic?
The Shanks Figureland agenda.
I've been seeing you fight this all week.
The narrative is twisting, Christian.
I've been seeing you fight this all week.
Oh, he early stopped the war because of his bloodline.
I've got one name for you to blame, Eric. And you know who it is.
Who?
A certain individual, and you know very well.
A certain man.
A man named Braga Diaz. Propagating.
Anyway.
This agenda.
Reread.
Please reread.
First point. Shanks challenges anyone who still wants to fight him. No one takes up the challenge.
Does Blackbeard know about that thing? Does Blackbeard respect the Celestial Dragons, Eric?
Sengoku never makes a command to stop fighting or don't fight him. He says nothing.
Yeah.
Then Shanks requests bodies of Ace and Whitebeard.
Okay,
Nothing.
does nothing.
He just stands there.
That's true.
The whole battlefield just stands there.
Yeah.
This is the order of events. Sakazuki does nothing, and then Shanks requests Ace's and Whitebeard's body for a respectful burial. Sengoku goes, I agree, because it's you.
Because you're respectable, Eric.
Because Sengoku knows he's going to give these men the respect they deserve, and the burial they deserve, and the respect. It's not about he's a figureland, Sengoku has to obey his orders.
Eric, we know this is not how the world government works. What did Saturn and what did Mr. Garlic say himself?
What?
Those who aid
are worse
scum are worse than scum.
Just Shanks aids the scum.
He's a pirate. He's one of the ultimate Big Daddy pirates.
Right.
He aids everyone, Eric. He is off the list.
He's got a fleet of bums.
He's off the list. As is Doflamingo. Doflamingo tried very hard to get back in, Eric. He couldn't get back in.
The Copers,
and he's a real celestial dragon.
Now the people are saying that, but Doflamingo wielded his celestial dragon to change the newspapers, to do whatever he wanted to Dressrosa, forgetting Warlord status.
No, Eric, he had ultimate leverage, knowledge of Anbu.
Right.
He had ultimate leverage. Ultimate leverage.
Anyway.
Got nothing to do with celestial dragon nonsense.
There is a 50% chance the man in Pangaea Castle is not even Shanks, but a long lost
Figureland brother. Nah, come on now.
Why didn't Oda show the scar?
What?
Why didn't Oda show the scar? You tell me.
Why would someone turn up and be like, "I'm gonna talk about a pirate"?
The Celestial Dragon's like, "Hey, what are you doing dealing in politics? It's the reverie time. Why are you here? Could be a holy night."
Eric, it's Shanks, alright? Stop the cope.
I'm just saying.
Anyway. I've been seeing you deal with this all week on Twitter. People just say, but logic though.
Everyone agreed.
Headcanon, Eric. Headcanon says otherwise.
It's only the threaders on Twitter making theory threads, and then you poke a little bit into their theory and it all falls apart.
Yeah. And then they say you reach it.
I guess Carter must have respected the Figureland name as well, to not go to Marineford.
Yeah, Eric, we know Carter put Shanks in the top 5. And Shanks is all about Carter's all about strength. He doesn't care about anything but strength.
Also, again, did I talk about this last week?
What?
About how Oda talks through Kaido and people just ignore it, saying it's their opinion.
Yeah, you did. You did say that, Eric. We don't have to go through that.
We don't have to go through that.
We don't have to relitigate that argument, alright? We don't have to do that.
But do you want to say anything before we start this review?
One Piece live action. How did we watch this, Eric?
Over a week.
Over a week, yeah.
1, 2, 3 episodes a night.
Yeah.
Go through it.
Go through it, Eric.
In a timely manner. Didn't rush it. Took good time.
Let's get into it.
Let's go on the chat.
There's a Brisbane man in the chat, Eric.
Is it his?
It's not his. I don't know. I don't think it's his. But a Brisbane man. A man from Brisbane.
Right.
Who also says, go Brisbane. Brisbane,
Brisbane Lions. See, Christian, if we beat Melbourne, we go to Brisbane.
Eric.
And more specifically, I'm going to Brisbane.
Okay.
With his.
Okay. Well, there you go. Eric, One Piece live action, we're here. It took 7 years to come out. We've been hearing this for the better part of a decade.
Oda took his time.
Oda took his time. There's lots of lore. There's lots of interviews. There's lots of baffling statements. All types of nonsense, Eric. Now, Eric, we'll get to the Garb section. Because Oda was correct, and they kept on annoying him.
Okay.
They kept on prodding him, being like, put it in. He kept on saying no.
We need a
He said no for 2 years.
We need a C plot because it's Hollywood.
We'll get into it. Alright? Now, Eric, One Piece live action. Again, who'd you watch it with? How'd you watch it? I think this is important.
Watch it with a certain female, Christian.
A certain feminine individual.
Right. Never seen One Piece before.
Right, yep.
On the couch, after dinner.
Yep. Relaxing.
Chilling.
Yeah.
That's how I watched it.
Eric, so did I. But I basically did the same thing. Alright? One night, we watched it together, and many comments were made, Eric. A lot of positive comments. Was there any... Did you observe any reactions to this individual?
The most emotion I got was Zoro can't be dead. There's no way they killed him.
Yeah.
And I wanted Denden Mushi.
Alright, so would you say it was a middling reaction?
It was liked.
It was liked. Okay.
7 out of 10, good.
Well, let's just get into this, Eric.
Okay.
First episode, Romance Dawn.
Christian, I gave many outs.
Eric, they did the Hollywood. You know what I mean by that? They decided to not start with the Shanks flashback. Why did they do this? Why did the anime do this? Why does the live action do this? Can you respect Oda's vision? Eric, when we say reread chapter 1,
We made it.
we made it. And maybe the writers need to reread chapter 1. Alright? Reread chapter 1.
Did we need Alvida?
Eric, here's the thing. You need some sort of introduction scene with Luffy. We need to understand Luffy. We need to be introduced to Luffy. Of course, we all understand the barrel. We all understand Kobe. Kobe we'll get to. Surprising amount of Kobe, Eric. No one saw this coming. Did you see this coming, Eric? That they're going to extend Kobe?
She didn't like Kobe first episode, Christian. Don't worry about Kobe. He's not in the material. And then he was in every episode.
No disrespect to the actor, but a little overplayed, Eric. Maybe a little overacted with the nervousness.
Okay.
But, you know, we'll get into it.
I'm sure Christian has many notes about acting and certain characters.
Not that many notes, Eric. You'll see the notes are light. Because there's lots to talk about. And I don't want to get bogged down.
We don't need to talk about plot details. Right.
Sometimes, if we do have to bring up plot details, we will.
It'll be the changes.
It'll be the annoying shit. We'll get into it, Eric.
Let's just get through it.
Alright. I've broke this up into the good and the bad, Eric. The first episode, the good.
Right.
Go through the good first. Good. Sets look good and believable. Way better than that trailer and that teaser.
It's color graded correctly.
Look believable, they look real, they look like they're in a real place. Now everything is covered in sand. And the villages don't look any different to each other. There's no culture differences. Like, you know, Windmill Village.
I don't
Lots of windmills.
I don't recall a wide shot of...
Not a lot of wide shots of this story.
And
we'll get to the cinematography, because it's not very good.
It's odd.
In a few episodes, it's not very good. But every town looks the same, but the sets look decent.
Right.
Now, of course, is filmed in one location, and that's South Africa. Every shot is filmed in South Africa.
Right.
So, they had a few places to choose from. Alright? So the sets are decent. We'll give them that. Now, do I get distinct cultures from these islands? No, I don't. But you don't really get that. You get that in Arlong Park. You don't really get that in all the other islands. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think Oda goes more stylistic with Logtown and Syrup Village, Orangetown. They're all kind of
similar, yeah. So, look, Eric, Anaki doing a fine job with Luffy. Right. He's making this cartoon character come to life.
It's a hard thing to do.
Yeah, it's difficult. All right.
Credit.
Music has the right tone right now, Eric. We'll get to Arlong Park.
Why didn't they use the anime OSTs?
They used some
orchestrated. They did once.
They used some of that OSTs.
With the Mary.
They used some of the OSTs.
I wanted the whole thing.
Eric,
we just have generic
parody music. It's fine.
Just generic upbeat. We have high level tracks, Christian. We can take from.
I know.
Did I hear Overtaken?
No, that's. Did you hear the Gear 5 rendition of Overtaken?
I did.
The ultimate hype piece, Eric.
Fully orchestrated, Christian.
Fully orchestrated. But Eric,
the Hans Zimmer version of Overtaken or something.
We'll get to it. Music, decent in the first episode.
Fine.
We'll get to Arlong Park. What do they do? Why?
I know.
Eric, we know what Eric, everyone knows what they're doing. Alright? It's a little on the nose. And we'll get to it. Alright?
Arlong's a little bit on the nose. I don't know.
Arlong's a lot on the nose.
Right. But the fishermen are on the nose, so...
Yeah, but not in Arlong Park.
Sure.
Yeah, Fisherman Island, okay, we know what it's
There's a
going
little
for.
bit of fisherman supremacy going on with
A little
Arlong,
bit.
but not, he's not giving,
This is
he's not giving soliloquies and speeches.
Eric, they're going full. They're taking the knob and dialing it all the way up. To
Also,
11.
like, we don't really see the fishermen enslaved in Arlong Park, so we don't...
No, you don't really
really
understand it.
Right. You just
That's
see
why
them
it's not
fucking
brought
around,
up.
it's free.
That's why it's not brought up. Because you don't really understand. You don't see
They're
it.
just kind of... we'll get to Arlong Park. What are we talking about Arlong Park?
I'm just bringing up the news,
Right.
Eric. We'll talk about it.
I imagine I know what you're going to complain about.
Tone, Eric. What era are we in? Again.
Right.
Yeah. Alright, The Bed. Episode 1. The Bed. Zoro is too edgy. Eric. Why did they introduce this man cutting someone in half? Explain this to me. When he does no other dismemberment in the show ever again.
I'll tell you this.
If every swordsman's cutting people in half, fine. But it happens once.
No, it doesn't.
No, he doesn't.
I just said he doesn't.
I know. He does no one gets cut in half. Except for one guy in the opening scene.
Listen.
Explain it.
Zoro's the main character of this live action. That's obvious. He's the main marketing man, he's the main muscle, he's the main pretty boy. Zoro is what sells the show, Zoro is the show. And that's obvious with reactions, Christian. Everyone loves Zoro. Everyone's gonna love Zoro. 99% hit rate. Luffy's gonna be 50-50. That's why they invest in Zoro. Who doesn't like
the edge man?
An edge man. Who doesn't like a cold man with 3 swords? Katana man.
Okay. Bushido man. Alright.
That's why they do it. And I know you're going to talk about the safe scene that he overshadows Luffy the entire...
Eric, Luffy is so nerfed.
He's very nerfed.
Luffy is absolutely like regular human level in this first episode. He's getting grabbed and held down by goons.
I'll say this.
By Navy recruits.
This live action is decent. I'll give it a 7 out of 10. Christian might give it something else. But this is classic 2023 Hollywood.
And we'll get to that top of the show, Eric. Top of the show.
We need to see plot.
Eric,
we need the certain characters with the certain arcs.
Save it for top of the show.
Okay.
Because it's called Do We Need This Hollywood Bullshit, alright?
Right.
Eric.
And the show is so different to anything that's out there. People seem shocked or refreshed by the themes of will and freedom.
Eric, it's reminded people of old pulp
80s,
action.
90s content.
Eric, even further back, we're talking 1950s, we're talking 1960s, we're talking pulp. We're talking Flash Gordon, we're talking the Legends of Master Zorro type fucking pulp action nonsense.
Alright.
Where very simple plots, but you like the characters. And the world. But Eric. Luffy is overshadowed by Zoro massively. And Luffy's massively nerfed. Alright, the CG looks horrendous in some places, especially on the Alvida ship. When he does the dash. Yeah.
Hit and miss.
Hit and miss.
But, okay.
Kobe, Eric.
Kobe's fine. Kobe is Kobe.
It's true.
And he's not doing the Japanese scream when he's scared.
That's true.
So we get points for that.
Alright. Look what they did to my boy, Eric.
Shanks.
Ben Beckman.
Oh, Ben Beckman.
Shanks is okay.
Shanks is okay. I agree.
Look what they did to Benny.
It's grim.
Yasop gets all the sauce.
That's fine.
Benny, the right-hand man, the swag man. Eric is supposed to be the swag man. Did they indeed read the SBS?
Guy's got like 3 lines.
Guy, I got nothing against the guy. I got everything against the casting choice. It's the casting director's fault. Did you not read that SBS where Oda said this man's very sexual, this man's very...
He's got Riz.
He's got all the charisma.
Right. He's more successful with women than Shanks.
Eric. Ben Beckman. What did they do to him?
Bad ponytail.
Eric,
it's gotta be higher, it can't be low and sad.
Well, you know. not going to disparage the man, but
Not a bad combat sequence, but
we'll go to my boy Benny. Alright?
right.
Eric, Zoro and the rice bowl scene is very confusing. Why does Zoro like this child? What's going on with this child?
This is a worse choice than the anime
Yeah.
or manga in terms of like setting up Zoro's character.
Yeah,
You don't really get the nuance. It's very dialed in.
yeah.
What are people saying, Christian?
Eric, they're just laughing at Ben Beckman.
Sad times.
Alright. The rice bowl scene didn't really make sense.
Christian would have been a
confusing.
better Beckman.
Get me in. I'll find it.
You could do 3 lines.
Yeah, I'll smoke a cigarette in the background.
You could say he's a captain.
I'll put a gun.
He has 3 words, not 3 lines.
Yeah, I'll smoke a cigarette on set.
Also, that reminds me, where's Beckman's speech about Luffy? Listen, it's all about fun and games.
Eric.
It's the danger of the sea. There's criminals. You're gonna get fucked up.
Eric, we say this every episode.
Reread chapter 1.
Eric, I'm gonna say this to the live action writers. Reread chapter 1. You cannot remove anything from chapter 1. Nothing from chapter 1 can get removed. You know why? Because of the entire series. It's the pirate code, Eric. The one that
How do you feel about it being so on the nose that Shanks tells Luffy to be good? To be a good pirate. It's a bit on the nose.
So what is it about, Eric? It's about being free and living by the code, Eric. It's about Roger's code, Roger's freedom. It's about living by...
How do you feel about Roger's speech?
It was alright.
Okay.
Eric, again, I think it was too fast, there's not enough pausing, we need drama, Eric.
They did jam a lot into this episode 1.
Yeah.
Anything else about episode 1, Christian?
Kid, we have to bring up Kid Luffy.
Okay.
No accent.
Continuity issues.
Eric, continuity issues here. The kid actor for Luffy has no accent. Adult Luffy has an accent.
Garp's got a Scottish accent.
Garp's got a Scottish. The accents are wild.
The dad has to have.
Now, Eric, we have
Spanish
seen the actor for Dragon. Does not appear in season 1.
Right.
Maybe cut.
But Dragon wasn't around.
It may be cut.
Okay.
But Dragon's actor seems to be some sort of, I don't know, South American man. So
I feel like
I guess.
I feel like in season 2,
Yeah.
like Garp will turn up at Locktown, and he'll be like Monkey D. Dragon, your father, just ruin that whole mystery.
Garp, plot should be done. He should be out of the plot.
Yeah, that's what you think.
Eric, we're not here to talk about Garp.
Okay.
Alright.
And that's in
That's chapter 1.
I think episode 1's maybe the weakest episode.
Episode 1, no, it's not the weakest episode. Episode fucking 3 is the weakest episode.
Yeah.
Alright. This episode, it's fine. It's 5 out of 10.
I gave it a 5 out of 10.
Yeah. Eric, after this episode... Oh yeah, we have to bring up Nami. No fun. And I've been saying this with the trailers, Eric.
Nami's no fun.
Nami is no fun in these trailers. Where's the fun Nami? Because Eric, did you reread Orange Town?
I seen it.
She's fun. She smiles. She fucks around. She steals. She's crafty.
What about the Baratier scene, where the crew makes fun of her?
Exactly, Eric.
And she gives a little.
But that's not this, Eric. Nami's fun from day 1.
Okay.
She's got her morals and quandaries and whatever. But Eric, you don't even understand that Nami enjoys navigation. You don't really understand that from this series.
Right.
You know what I mean? You don't really understand that she loves navigation.
Luffy kind of does.
It.
Luffy kind of hypes her up. You're a good navigator.
Yeah. You don't really understand. And you can say that for a few characters in this series.
Right.
You don't really understand their connections to their arcs and their islands and whatever, and their people.
Nami's
Maybe because that's the rush. But Eric, Nami's no fun.
How do we feel about bringing all these characters together? The Axe and Morgan connection. How do we feel about the
Look,
overarching?
the plot works. The plot works.
How do we feel about the overarching MacGuffin about the Grand Line treasure map? Brings up certain continuity issues with Buggy not knowing where the Grand Line
Eric,
is.
We'll get to that episode 2.
How long doesn't know where the Grand Line is? He's a fisherman.
Yeah, he comes from Fishman Island.
Fishmen canonically can feel the currents.
And they can navigate wherever they want.
Yeah.
You know.
It doesn't know what the Grand Line is.
Eric. That's episode 1. It was alright.
Let's go.
Episode 2. Buggy! That's all I have to say with this episode, Eric. Buggy's actor.
Steals the show.
Steals the show, pulls it off. Is he the best actor in the show? He might be. That might be Zeph. But
Right.
it goes either way. Buggy. Great actor. Pulls this off. It's very good. Episode 2 might be the most enjoyable episode. Is it the best episode? I don't know. Episode 2, a lot better. A nice little self-contained plot.
Some weird stuff with, like, you killed my brother.
Kurobi, like, what the fuck? Yeah, more edge for Zoro, but Eric, we'll get to the good. The good. Buggy's acting good. The jokes are good. They're not Marvel jokes, Eric. They're actual jokes. With, like, Buggy being kind of a shitty comedian, and that's the bit.
Right.
You know, there's actual jokes here.
Good. It fits Buggy's character.
That's right. Alright. Buggy CG, surprisingly okay. I thought it was going to be terrible, but it's got good. It's got good impact. It pops out and stuff. It's good.
Okay.
Alright. And of course we got the Shanks flashback with the Luffy flashback. Yasop gets the source, Eric. He's deflecting things off poles.
Love to see it.
He's hype as fuck. Yasop hype as fuck in this flashback.
Right.
Eric. Scene Beast looks good. Shanks, not gooned. We thought he was going to get gooned by the trailer.
He does turn up out of nowhere. We like to see it.
Alright. Does save Luffy.
Use some cock.
Use some cock action, Eric. Alright. Would I have liked a little pulse, a little explosion
on the sea?
On the sea.
Yes.
Yeah, but you know, we'll take it.
Right.
Alright. The bed. Look again, Luffy's just absolute garbage. He's nerfed so bad that like Zoro could beat him. Zoro would definitely beat him in a fight in this series right now, Eric.
Right.
So Luffy is severely nerfed. Severely nerfed. Alright? Eric, Zoro killing Kurobi's brother, so unnecessary.
Is his name Kurobi? Isn't that the fish guy? Isn't it Kajomi or something like that? The guy in the wheel.
Yeah.
Who kind of just wheels in there for no reason on a unicycle.
Yeah. Eric.
This guy's like maybe the buffest guy in the show. It's crazy.
Ultra Edge. For no reason.
You see this man's physique?
I do. It's crazy.
Then why was he Benny?
Why is he Benny? Well, good questions, Eric. Eric. What is going on? Why did they put this in for Zoro? Are they trying to show that Zoro is like a wild animal with no will?
They're trying to give him history, and he's on the seas, and he's a known man, and which is in the manga.
You had to be my brother like a dog for 3 days. All right, it's a little too edgy. Right. It's a little too much. All right. And Nami's still no fun. Nami's still having no fun here.
It's never really established anywhere how he was hunting pirates when he doesn't know where he's going. Like, how is he hunting these dudes?
Eric.
How is he sailing to these islands?
It's a good question. Eric, so again, the cursed blade theory.
He was shit navigating always.
He didn't get lost until he got that cursed blade. I'll say that.
Okay.
Alright, the bit didn't really kick off until Alabasta, kind of. Right. A bit of Logtown, but you know what I mean. Episode 2, great episode. I'm gonna give this episode 8 out of 10. Little gripes here or there. It's a great episode.
Good episode.
Alright. I very much enjoyed Buggy.
Yes.
Alright. Episode 3. Eric, this is the worst episode.
It opens with a weird camera.
Eric, this whole fucking
focus.
This whole section is terribly shot.
Not great.
The cinematography of this entire section is so bad. What's going, Eric? Why are we so zoomed in on the face, and then we got this weird
depth of field,
fisheye lens insanity?
No, it's just the field of view's like dragged out.
Yeah, but like it's like everything. Extended. Yeah, but like everything. Yeah, everything's extended.
It's trying to do like a distorted, maybe horror feel, but we're not in that section of the
Eric, everything's
story.
filmed so tight. You can't get a sense of scale, action, or speed. This episode
Now,
is terrible.
Watching a few reviews, Christian, some movie buffs.
Yeah.
Apparently, this is a Hollywood thing, a new trend, where they do ultra close-ups for no reason.
Is this a Marvel thing? What is this?
This is just like TV, like a thing people starting to do.
It's terrible.
In recent years.
It's terrible. Eric,
it's so tight, you can't even see what's going on.
the only good things...
The characters try to emote, the camera's right in their face.
The only good things about this episode is Usopp's good actor. He's a good actor. He's a decent actor. He sells it. And they gave Usopp some ship ability, so it makes more sense that he's fixing the ship.
He's cleaning the ship. He maybe he's doing a
little maintenance. It makes a little more sense.
I like the shipyard. It looks nice.
Yeah. All right, Eric. Now, Eric, as you always say, Shore Village is the weakest arc in One Piece.
Yes.
How is this weaker? How did they make the
Django,
plot? Eric,
Luffy doesn't rip a mask out and throw it at people.
Eric, they made the plot of Syrup Village worse.
There's less cool moments.
Eric, well, you can say whatever you want about Kuroi's plan, and it doesn't make any sense or whatever, but at least there's still some hype moments in there. Django, Usopp doesn't even get a moment to shine in this whole section.
Right. He should have done damage to Kuro in the fight scene.
The whole point of Usopp is he stands up and protects Kaya. Derek, Kaya gets more screen time than Usopp in his own arc. We'll get into it. But episode 3 is a terrible episode. It's the worst episode. Bad camera work. You don't really understand what Usopp's about. Is he lying? Why is he lying? You kind of get the flashback,
At
but
the end, when the pirates turn up.
Yeah. You don't really understand Usopp, and that's where it fails.
I think if the crew, because this is the first time where the crew get to sort of interact on the road with nothing going on.
Yeah.
I feel like if that was a little bit stronger,
yeah,
we could have gone what this episode was about. But the dialogue between the crew in the kitchen, and in the dressing room, not the greatest. Didn't really add much. You didn't really get the sense that they're trying to grow with each other.
Yeah.
I think it's the weakest episode.
It's definitely the weakest episode. It's also confusing if Kuro has a devil fruit or not.
Right.
Because they never specify the pussyfoot technique, Eric.
Right.
The world famous pussyfoot technique.
Call it something else, but give him a technique.
Don't call it something else.
Right.
Dude, acknowledge that he has a technique, because the person I was watching it with, very confused.
Everyone's confused as to what are devil fruits and what aren't. What are just abilities?
What are techniques? What are devil fruits?
Right.
It's very confusing. They should have mentioned something there, Eric. Also, Nami hates rich people. This is made up. This isn't her character.
She loves money.
Eric.
And wealth.
The whole bit of Nami loving money is not here.
Right.
Now, is that for perceived sexism reasons? Maybe.
I feel like she's on the verge of unlikable, and that would make her a lot more unlikable.
But it's a bit. It's
right.
important. It's important for later on in Water 7. Where she loses the money, but it's fine because Usopp's safe. Eric, you see, Eric, the bits have meanings. Here or there. So, Nami, again, no fun. Where's the fun Nami? From the early One Piece.
And it comes across that she wants the money to save her village, which is true, but she still loves the idea of money.
Eric, she has no passion for anything. There's no passion for navigation.
She's just salty.
There's no passion for burglary. Eric, she's a thief and she loves being a thief. That's her whole thing. And they took it away. And now she's bland and she's got no character. And it annoys me.
Okay.
Because, Eric, why? Because Hollywood.
They're going to have to add it back in.
Yeah. And it's going to make no sense. And everyone's going to be confused. She
should have been going crazy over those clothes because she loves shopping and stuff. But she was just flipping through them. I guess she kind of liked dressing up.
Yeah, but there's no passion in Nami.
Yeah, she's just kind of hanging on.
She's just there.
She's there
complaining, being a wet blanket.
She's basically there to say no.
I mean, yeah, she does that in the anime and the manga anyway. But at least she has fun, like half the time.
Episode 3 is probably the weakest.
Episode 3 is definitely the weakest. Like a 3 out of 10.
I don't mind the idea of the plot change, but like
It's worse though. It's Usopp doesn't save the village. Usopp doesn't do fucking shit.
right.
Yeah. And where's his band of merry men? Where's the kids? That he cares about.
What?
They believe in him. They believe in Captain Usopp.
Where's Carrot? Where's Pepper? Where's the other one? Turnip.
Turner. Alright, where are the kids? The kids are important because they're the only ones who believe Usopp and they respect Usopp. So you get that respect, like, it shows that he's a respectable character to some people.
Right.
But where is that?
And if you're gonna like, this should have been one episode. This whole thing.
Yeah.
And if you're not gonna do Usopp's character, why are we?
And they hijacked half of Zoro's backstory.
Again, this is a Zoro. We'll go to Sanji's arc. It's a Zoro arc.
Yeah. Alright, this is a bad episode. Episode like 3 out of 10, terrible.
Right.
Episode 4, not too much better, but I guess it's over, and Zoro's flashback's half decent. Right?
You get some combat. Episode 5.
Episode 4, Eric. We're not.
No, we just did it.
We did episode 3. Episode 4. Zoro's flashback. Zoro's kid actor. I'm sorry, he's no good. Now, obviously, they chose a kid who knew how to use a sword, so that's probably why.
Kid actors is always rough.
It's rough. Usopp's kid actor wasn't very good either.
He didn't have a lot to do. But,
yeah, but Zoro's kid actor not very good. Kuina much better. I don't know. Do you really understand the relationship from this flashback?
I feel like they tiptoed around Kuina's issue.
It's pretty wild in the anime. She's like grabbing her breasts and be like, my breasts are coming in. It's it's a lot.
Right, but you don't.
It's a lot.
She's really upset about it in the manga.
She runs off and cries and stuff, And again, that's that Nippon.
Yeah, and Zoro should be like actually mad about why you making excuses, but
he is. The kid doesn't sell it.
Sure. The
kid doesn't.
The thought isn't sold particularly well.
Yeah. All right. The kid doesn't sell it, but it's there. Eric. Usopp doesn't get to do fucking nothing, and you don't get to see him snipe anything impressive. He shoots corn.
He should have done damage to Kuro.
He does no impressive sniping. Getting a slingshot and shooting corn into a pan is not impressive. I can do that right now. That's not impressive.
Right, Kush is terrible.
There's no evidence that Usopp's a good sniper.
Except Luffy says he is.
Yeah, and the poison soup and the weird.
I feel like Matt Owens doesn't like Usopp. I feel like there's some agenda going on.
Doesn't like Usopp.
I feel like that's what's happening.
I feel like a lot of Usopp needed to do something in his arc.
Sanji's depth is reduced because of the changes, but Usopp's is barely exists.
Eric, I'm telling you, people don't understand what Usopp's about.
They changed it to more of a romance thing, which I guess it kind of was.
It kind of was, yeah, it always was.
But like, there's this sweet kind of thing with Usopp.
But Eric, you don't understand why Usopp's on the crew.
What? Yeah. Luffy says why he's on the crew, but you don't feel it.
No.
Because Luffy saw that he stood up with the friends, but Usopp doesn't do anything.
No.
So you don't buy it.
They get to marry, she owns the shipyard, whatever.
There's mirrors in that room and shit. Usopp could have done some crazy
Eric, shit. He could have done a lot of stuff.
And it's 2 episodes. You could have fit you didn't need the wheel that closes the gates and... there's a bunch of bullshit we don't need to
Eric,
do.
the plot's... How is it worse than original...
I don't know if we need the scene of Luffy eating dinner, jumping on the table... And I'm mad. And then, And then, Kobe's there for no reason. They don't do anything.
Yeah. Usopp needs work season 2. We didn't understand what Usopp's about.
Kobe and Helmeppo didn't need to be on every island.
I wasn't... Yeah, we got more Kobe and Helmeppo Garp scenes. These are stonework, man. No one gives a fuck.
They're trying to fast track the ideas that weren't in.
Exactly. Hollywood bullshit.
They're trying to hijack because all this corrupt Navy stuff isn't directly said until we get to Allen Park.
You don't even really get to see the Navy.
Right, and the mouse guy's corrupt, and you start to build the idea of what's happening, and with Axe-Head Morgan, you kind of start to build the idea.
Eric,
and then outright, the whole speech about like Garp's whole speech about his character. We haven't even really got that in the manga.
Eric,
Garp's speech.
No, Eric, there's an interview where I don't know who said it. But apparently
one of the executive producers.
One of the executive producers took 2 years to try and convince Oda to put this in the plot. And Oda said no for 2 years. They whittled him down. They sweet talked him.
Also, Oda demanded there will be no romance between the crew. So that implies someone asked him.
Thank fucking God.
Right.
Some executive producer wanted this Garb scene in there. Or this Garb plot in there. Oda said no about 1,000 times for 2 years.
They're trying to add
and then he finally said yes.
add the nuance and depth in without giving it the time to breathe.
No. Garb's like a very confusing character. He's obviously salty about Luffy, and then at the end of his arc, he just goes, "I was just testing you." No, you weren't. Why? He wasn't testing you because we saw him mad and salty. Very confusing, Eric. The Garp Kobe Helmeppo stuff, cut it. You don't need it. Waste of time.
We didn't need it. You could have devoted more time to do something. Give him an actual
It's definitely the worst plot.
Right. And they go to the house, and then he's not here. And they could walk back, and then Luffy throws up on. You get that Ghostbusters scene where Luffy throws up on Kobe, prerequisite in every film.
Yeah.
Then, Zoro punches him in the mouth and they walk back to the mansion.
Yeah. Alright. Episode 5, Eric.
Best episode.
Is it the best episode? It could be, Eric.
This is the height of the show.
Okay. Okay. I like episode 2 more just because it's more self-contained.
Okay.
Episode 5, The Good, Sanji, Eric. Sanji is sold and it works. The actors, I think Sanji's the best actor out of the main cast.
Right.
He's got range, he can do it.
Yeah, McKinney's easy to do, so it's not like he's doing a lot of acting. But he sells Zoro.
Yeah. But I think so. He learned how to fight. He has the best fight scenes. His cooking scenes are good.
He doesn't have the best fight scenes.
Sanji.
You mean in this show or in general?
In this show. You actually believe he's kicking people.
Sure, but that Along Park finish.
I know it's disappointing, terrible. Eric. I know it's disappointing.
Fucking terrible.
I know it's disappointing.
Laughable.
That mutton shot. They put slow. They should have put fast motion on it. I don't know why they put slow motion on it.
No.
But in general, when Sanji's doing action, it's very good.
Okay.
Alright. Zeph! Great actor.
Sells it.
Has heart, has grit.
We like Zeph.
Zeph, true to form character, fully realized character. Zeph, good, great. Zeph's great.
Right.
Alright. I still don't like the Barate exterior. The interior is what I expected. The interior is good.
Okay.
Alright. Cooking's good. The chef's banter's good.
How do you feel about silver beef? Is it silver beef? What do they call it?
What?
How do you feel about that beef stir fry mix with the fucking?
Yeah, with the spam. Eric, apparently it's good.
Fucking terrible, man. I hate that beef. That corned beef. Terrible.
Not good.
Chunks of it.
Apparently very popular in the Philippines. Eric.
Don't buy it.
That kind of fried rice very popular in the Philippines.
Okay.
Right. Episode 5, Mihawk introduction.
We don't like how he gets there.
Eric, why the fuck is Garp calling an award?
Garp would not call an award.
Garp would never call an award.
Right.
On his grandson? Because he couldn't catch... It doesn't make sense.
But the whole time he keeps going, capture him alive.
Yeah, but Eric, it doesn't make sense. The whole arc... Isn't the arc supposed to be that Kobe's supposed to capture him? And then he sends a Mihawk. What is Garp doing? Doesn't make sense.
It's odd how we get there.
Alright.
But no, the Mihawk scene, good shit.
Mihawk scene.
Sold it. With his stupid beard.
So, Eric, I have to stop the show. Because you know what Braco just said in the chat?
What?
I love corned beef. Now, maybe it's different in America, and we'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Maybe it's not the traditional British garbage.
Maybe he's talking about specific Caribbean cuisine meal.
I don't know, but we're talking about that specific British garbage that tastes like nothing.
We're not talking
it's
about
slimy. It's bullshit.
It's
got no spices.
weird.
It's terrible.
They put like this bullshit sauce on. You want to throw up?
Eric, don't get me started. All right, we're talking about a very specific version.
The white version, the terrible.
The
version.
terrible.
We don't know what
British
goes on
version.
with the spices and the pineapple and the plantains, Christian.
Yeah. All right. The terrible. All right. British version. You don't want it. It's so bad. All right. Anyway, back to the show.
What's he saying?
He said he said it's good with spices, basically. Of course. You put flavour in food and it tastes good.
Crazy.
See, the British don't understand that.
They got issues.
Alright? They don't understand what flavour is. But Eric, Sanji, very good. Mihawk scene, Mihawk introduction. Now, Eric, everyone loves this Mihawk introduction. And I do too, it's good.
Okay.
But, again, we're bringing up continuity issues because of the first episode, where Zoro cut someone in half. Why is Mihawk the greatest swordsman if he can't cut people?
I don't know why.
He's just... People are flying around like Power Rangers, okay. If that's what it is, that's what it is. But Zoro cut someone in half in the first episode. There should be carnage on the screen.
I don't know why they did that in the first episode, and he just carries the body around.
Yeah, it's so fucking edgy.
Very strange.
Very edgy. Alright, and then we got this introduction scene with Mihawk, who's supposed to be the world's greatest swordsman, can't cut anyone.
Implied cuts.
You hear the sound effects for cuts, you don't see blood, you don't see dismemberment. Now that's their fault, because they set the scene, Eric. The first sword fight has someone getting cut in half.
Right.
And then Mihawk can't do it. Continuity.
But he does cut a ship in half.
It's true. But why, again, more continuity, why does he cut people in half?
Doing air cuts like they're supposed to be represented. It's hard to do in manga, Christian. Drawing air cuts that are air.
You know, it's
you
clear.
can't draw air, it's clear. So
I mean, you can, but you're sitting there for fucking 10 hours.
drawing the dust.
You know, just peppering in.
And drawing the implicit actions of the wind, not the wind itself.
Yeah.
Anyway, Mihawk, peak.
Mihawk's good. Mihawk's act is great.
Why isn't his edge black?
Why does it look like it's spray painted? Why isn't it a real sword with reflective shit on it?
Should be a black blade. The tip of it, the cutting edge isn't black.
The sword itself doesn't look great.
I think it's okay. I think the build's good. It's just that they should have made it completely black.
Eric, Dog Creek completely cut, completely skipped.
Fine.
And there's no fight. There is kind of a fight for Baratie with Arlong, but there's no. Again, we're cutting scenes and we're cutting away from Sanji. We're cutting away from Sanji's character and we're cutting away from really understanding Sanji.
Right.
We understand Sanji more than we understand Usopp from this series.
Right.
Yeah. But again, we're cutting away. We're giving other characters other stuff. It's it's taken away from the important main cast by giving extended Mihawk scenes, extended Zoro scenes.
This is Zoro. This whole show's about Zoro.
Of course, Nami and Zoro start to open up to each other a little bit in the bar. Mihawk turns up.
Usopp's fun in the bar. I like to see Usopp fucking around.
Usopp's having a great time, Eric. Alright, they get sold out. Mihawk. Zoro wants to fight Mihawk. It's Zoro's dream to fight Mihawk and become the world's greatest swordsman. You know what it is. Alright? And, the fight's good.
Yes.
Eric, the bad. Why do we have to have forced drama with Garp? Oh, you lied to me about your ties to Luffy. Oh, you're bringing in a warlord. What's got Kobe eavesdropping?
Again, they try to ham fist the morals of the Navy and the Marines and the world government. That's a slow build by Oda, a slow play by Oda, bit by bit. They're trying to force it in.
We don't. This subplot is just dragging the show down.
Unnecessary. Yeah. It would have been okay if the payoff was decent, but we'll get to the payoff.
Eric, episode 6.
The bad Zoro's sword's breaking. They should have just shattered into
Exploded.
I don't know why they like fell slowly
Yeah.
into like segments. Odd.
Yeah, a little strange there. Episode 6, Sanji flashback. Great. Sold it. What it needs to
Kid
be.
acted decent. A few lines that are like, alright.
He's a
but
kid,
actor.
the kid actor.
Zeph's out. Zeph.
Well, what is this anti-Organo agenda, Eric? What is this What is this?
Maybe it's a French thing. It's French cuisine.
But Eric, Zeph's definitely correct.
Oregano's good. He's got,
What is this bit?
Do you like his little vials of
Spices, Eric?
Zeph's the best character.
Zeph's great. He sells the whole scene great.
Right.
It's really good. Zeph's a great actor, great character. Now, the person I was watching with did cry at the scene, so it was successful.
Peak.
She very much enjoyed this relationship between Zeph and Sanji. The hard-boiled, yet heart of gold. Classic, Eric. You don't really see this much in Hollywood anymore.
No.
I think that's why this is resonating with people, because we're getting
A little bit of a throwback.
We get a little bit of a throwback, and when, it's not Marvel. It's not some ultra-serious Lord of the Rings copy.
I like this. Zoro pledges his alliance to Luffy. A little bit of a Montblanc Noland shout out. We like to see it. A little bit of lore.
Yeah.
The Sanji Zeph thing, good.
Yeah.
Would I have liked Owner Zeph to just do the manga?
Yeah. Eric. The bad. This Luffy subplot where he has to make a decision. Why? Nami cares but also doesn't care.
Why didn't Sanji question Zoro's ambition for his life? Because that was in the manga.
Yeah.
So that should have been Sanji's thing. That would have aided the feud between them.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Also, no booger in the glass scene in the Baratier. Classic meme.
Well, they kind of
Between Usopp and Zoro, Christian. See, Oda switches and matches the characters.
That's right.
You got an Usopp Zoro bit. You got a Nami Usopp bit. You got a Luffy Zoro bit.
Yeah. So you get the dynamic.
Right.
Eric, of course, the biggest change of this series is Arlong in Baratier.
They all just kind of interact with Luffy.
Yeah.
There's no, cross dynamics going on.
Nah. But Eric, the biggest change, Arlong Baratier, he instantly enters. Eric, what's the music? What are they doing?
They're like a hip hop beat.
Why does Arlong have a hip hop beat?
Beat on the nose.
It's too much, Eric. It's too much.
A bit odd, some would say.
It's a lot odd. And then he goes on his fisherman superiority rants. Again, he kind of does this in Arlong Park. We're not saying it's not
Actor
there.
good. Actor sells it.
Actor's so good. Eric, I appreciate the attempt to go with makeup.
He's got range.
Yeah.
He's good.
I appreciate the makeup for the fisherman. We didn't go CG. Could have been a horror fest.
Could be a problem.
Eric, the makeup's good.
Yeah.
Makeup's good. Luffy again gets fucking destroyed by Arlong.
Why is he taking physical damage?
It's very interesting. I don't know why. Because I guess they have to make him somewhat vulnerable.
Luffy never gets bloodied in this thing. You don't see his grit, determination, will.
He kind of do. He gets bloodied in Kuro a little bit. He gets the shit beat out of him by Arlong.
Little scratch marks.
Yeah.
Although Luffy's punching him in the mouth and he's bleeding.
Yeah.
So it kind of shows.
Yeah. We leave forced drama with Nami. She's Eric. She just leaves in the manga and steals the boat, and Zoro's kind of mad. He's not that mad,
Right.
but yeah, it's a little forced. But anyway, episode 7, Arlong Park.
Good.
I was expecting great, and I got good.
Right.
Now, Eric, the Nami flashback doesn't really sell it.
You gotta see it. You can't cut away.
Where's the Belmare flip kick?
You gotta show
No.
Balmair getting shot.
No.
You gotta show it.
Where's the Balmair flip kick?
Alright, you want the Balmair flip kick.
Because Arlong bites the gun off, which is very important.
Kinda hard to do.
Who gives a fuck? Do it. Alright? It shows her prowess and skill in battle. But it's not enough. The gun just gets pointed up in the air and shot. I'm not a fan of that, Eric. Also, it's not really sold the love between the
Again, they
mother
do
and
the bits
children.
and pieces of the flashback again,
Yeah.
which they didn't do for Sanji.
No. Straight up.
Play it straight, please.
Play the flashback straight. Alright?
Again, you gotta. It's too tight. You don't know what's going on. You don't buy that Arlong brutally murdered them in front of them.
Yeah.
You don't see it. You don't see it. You gotta see it. You gotta be wide, nice and wide. Show the bullet. Show the blood coming out.
Yeah.
Traumatize these children.
Yeah.
You don't buy it.
The stab scene is fine. It's not great. Of course.
It's too tight.
I know. It's the cinematography.
Zoom out a little bit.
Well, I know what they're trying to do. They're trying to not show the stab too much. Because otherwise it's not going to look real. And again, Luffy...
I know, but when she's grabbing a tattoo, half her arm is not in the shot.
Yeah.
You don't see her really grip the arm.
Yeah, it's cinematography issues.
It's a problem.
Again, it's shot at night, so you can't really see shit. And then the village gets on fire, and then we cut, and it's daytime, and then the Shrouds turn up. It's a weird continuity time.
I didn't know what was going on there.
There's a weird cut. There's gonna be some weird cutting there. Derek, of course, the classic Marshall Island Park scene with the crew standing, ready to fight. Done pretty well.
Right.
But Eric, the hat scene, it doesn't have the effect. Of course, Nezumi, a good actor. He's a good actor. Eric. He's a scumbag.
He's a rat.
Yeah, he's a good actor. All right, Eric. Arlong a little too much on the obvious source.
Obvious racism.
Racism angle. Now, of course, we are aware of this via Fishman Island, right? But back at Arlong Park, it wasn't too obvious.
Little Jinbei shout out.
Jinbei gets shouted out in the manga too. But Eric, Arlong's hatred in Arlong Park seems to be more about he's just a piece of shit. He's an asshole. Eric, he believes he's superior.
Right.
That's why he does it to Nami. It's not because he really needs her. He believes he's superior, and fuck humans. I don't have to keep my promises to humans because they're humans. You don't really get that here. You won't get the idea that it's more about the map making and his plan to conquer the East Blue. Well, we know Arlong is a defeated man and he got sent back to the East Blue because he's a bum.
Because his ass got
beat by Jinbei. Because Aru turned up and smacked him around. Right? With his little fedora.
Also,
right?
Jinbei fucked him up.
Of
One
course.
shot.
Yeah, we know. Arlong's a bum fisherman.
Right.
So he's supposed to be salty. He's supposed to be not giving a fuck. He's supposed to be more...
Retired
bum. Yeah, he does have this East Blue plot in the manga, but it's not too emphasized. Arlong. Okay, Eric the fight.
Also, they need to spend more time on Nami suffering while drawing the maps. It's kind of brushed over a little bit. Give us more suffering.
We see the shackle, of course. You know. There. Episode 8. It didn't leave a great taste in my mouth, episode 8.
It ends weird. Like the end of Arlong plot. Ends weird.
Zoro and Sanji choreography.
Where's Hachi?
Where is Eric? That's a great question. Where is Hachi?
I guess they're like, fuck these arms.
Dude, you don't have to do the arms. You need Hachi for later on.
Right.
And also, Hachi is shown... You know what Hachi's shown? He is the good-hearted fisherman.
Right, he's a dumb guy following along.
So you understand that there are good-hearted fishermen. It's not about, it's not necessarily about race. It's about if you have a good heart or not. Hachi not in this. Why is Chu in this and not Hachi?
I guess I want to give Usopp something.
They give Usopp something, it's alright. Eric, of course. The raid on Alec Park, it's cool. It looks cool.
Right. It's okay.
It's okay. Yeah. Why does it take Zoro and Sanji to beat Kurobi?
They do it quick though. It's not really an issue.
Yeah, but he needs to be tag teamed. So I guess Zoro's injured. They made that clear.
They did ham it up.
Yeah. Luffy versus Arlong. Luffy has to gimp Arlong to beat him.
Sorta.
He goes, I can't beat you, so I'm going to destroy everything you made.
He kind of does that in the anime though.
Yeah, but it's a byproduct.
Sorta.
He destroys the map room because
he baits him.
He does. But Eric, he destroys the map room.
This is Nami's prison.
This is Nami's prison.
And he nearly understands that. Then Nami sees his desk fly out of the room.
Yeah.
Oda's masterful writing cushion. He doesn't tell you what's
like,
going
on. Why are you trying to rewrite Peak? Because Arlong Park is the first 10 out of 10 arc of the series.
I feel like you take an episode out of Super Village, you give it to Arlong Park.
Yeah. Yeah. And then it ends weird. You get the whole Garp, Luffy section. Turns out Garp was just testing him, which is like... Wait, Eric, if we're supposed to have character growth, what is this character growth?
We didn't mention the conversation between Garp and Zeph, which I enjoyed.
It's good.
I don't buy that Garp doesn't believe it's the next generation's turn.
Yeah, he does. He definitely does believe that.
Right. It's odd. He kind of learns
It's
that.
It's a weird growth.
Does he learn it, or doesn't he always knew that for Luffy?
And was he always memeing?
Right.
Because that's what he says in the last episode. I was just testing you.
I guess he likes Kobe and Helmeppo.
Yeah, but Garp versus Luffy has the best has better choreography than Arlong.
Yeah. I don't know. Luffy Arlong didn't feel like a final battle.
No.
It didn't feel like a season 1 end of finisher battle. It didn't feel like Mihawk Zoro's far superior fight.
And then we get the battle.
Excuses is expensive. We don't know what to have Luffy pull out the martial art moves.
Just beat him.
Have Luffy
beat the shit out of him.
Punch him in the mouth. Use some gum techniques.
Yeah.
We didn't get no gum jackhammer, Christian.
Eric, I know it's your favorite move, and
Luffy's very basic with the gum, even more so than the manga.
He's very creative in the first.
They better figure it the fuck out.
And we got net, we got jackhammer, we got all types of crazy shit in his.
I'm aware.
Yeah.
Balloon looks horrific.
Balloon's like great.
Why didn't he just explode? It expand instantly. Why was it a slow inflation?
And it's early his chest, upper chest.
Nah, it eventually puffs out. But
it's weird.
Anyway. I would have liked to have seen this be Luffy getting fucked, he's getting punched in the mouth, blood coming out, a real hands out, all out battle.
Yeah.
That never really happens in this.
No. Disappointing.
Is he strong or not, Luffy?
It's hard to tell.
That's my question.
It's hard to tell this.
He didn't punch through the gates just kind of opened.
Yeah.
You don't really buy his fists are powerful, brutal.
No. Do we get the battle scene to end it?
Although, he does shatter the weapon.
Yeah, which is...
where's his strength at? It's odd.
It's all over the place. He's busting pills with his raw fists. But Eric, the battle scene is good. Why is it here? I don't know. But yeah. But that's what we end the season with. We get We Are, and we end the season. Little teaser at the end, Smoker.
Clearly just some guy in a wig.
Yeah.
They'll figure out the casting later. Shanks getting some good lines against Mihawk. Implication that Shanks beat Mihawk's ass in the past.
It's hilarious.
You love to see it.
Of course. Eric, overall ratings for the show.
7 out of 10. Enjoyable, passable. Mihawk, Baratier, Sanji, Zeph. Elevated to it was gonna remove Baratier. Fuck up Baratier. This is a 5.
Yeah. I'm gonna give it a 6. And why I'm gonna give it a 6 is because they've kind of messed up the character introductions, especially with Usopp and to a lesser extent Sanji, but also Sanji, because you don't really understand why they're on the crew and why they're worthy of the crew. So it's kind of confusing why they're on the. It's gonna make it hard to make them likable. Again, Nami. It just shows me that they don't really understand the characters. They saw Zoro up too much. They make him something he's not. Again, they're trying to Hollywood it.
Also, I assume Top Gun the show's gonna be about that.
Yeah. 6 out of 10.
Okay.
It's possible. It's decent.
Tell us what you rate it in the comments. I think a 7's. This could have been horrific.
Like, I've seen people give it a fucking 10 out of 10. I've seen Angry Joe give it a 9 out of 10. He loves it.
He doesn't know what it is.
He doesn't know what it is. But maybe that's it. Maybe Oda's goat writing can just carry the entire series.
The universe carried it. Just the universe.
The vibe.
Perfect. Maybe right timing. Are people getting sick and tired of the Marvel stuff?
And the ultra serious Game of Thrones. You know. Will this bring in a new era?
Could be.
Alright. Derek. Moving on. Topic of the show. Or how strong it shakes.
I was gonna say. Palm on this What do we got?
How strong is Shanks? Every week we have the question of how strong is Shanks, and every week we answer. Shanks is strong as Shanks the God King. But, still people out there who say Carter's the strongest. He's about to get smacked with that Balrog gun. Still people out there saying Al-Qaeda's the strongest.
Kano.
Desk man, paperwork man, getting folded by the Gorosei as we speak.
Right.
Has to do that paperwork.
Has to stamp papers, I guess. I don't
has to approve the Navy
expenditure
of the soup kitchen in
how
GA.
much ammunition are we buying from?
He's got a lot of work to do, Eric.
Right.
Got a lot of work to do. How many weapons are we buying from Wano? Let's not forget about that, Eric. Let's not forget about the Navy's absolute fraudulence.
That liqueur medal is still a lingering plot point, but
yeah. There are people out there that think Blackbeard's the strongest. What's he doing, Eric? Where is he? There are people out there who think Mihawk's the strongest, and then are the stock's down, or the stock's back up because of live action.
It's about to fall to pieces when the Shanks is in the anime.
That's true. And of course, worst of all, the people out there think Ivan's the strongest. They're the worst. Eric, every week we bring 100% factual information to the table.
Facts.
This week's evidence is Sanji's so strong. He clowned Mihawk in the live action, Eric. He said, I can still take you with one arm tied behind my back, you absolute fucking fraud bum. And everyone laughed at him. The mighty wall of the sea, Eric, getting beamed instantly. We like to see we enjoy it.
Yes.
Thanks for saying he's a good king.
Talk about the show.
Eric, you know what's funny? On Twitter,
What's up?
when everyone was flipping the order of events to make Mihawk look good.
Terrible. Absolute clown show.
Hilarious.
Sad.
Hilarious. Top of the show. Paid by numbers writing. Eric, you have the book. Where's the book? Get the book off the shelf.
Which one?
You know the writing book. The standard manual for writing. Where is it?
It's probably on the top.
Here it is. Doflamingo is the keeper of the book, I believe.
Pusha knocked out shit.
Doflamingo, keeper of... Here it is. You read this, you can run for Hollywood. Alright?
Wow. To be fair, he actually tells you how to write characters with depth.
Alright?
So,
You read that, every Hollywood writer reads this. And then they know how to write, Eric. Eric, paint by numbers writing, it's prevalent in this fucking show. And what do I mean by that? A character has to start at the lowest of lows to get growth.
yeah.
Obvious growth.
Luffy doesn't want Luffy to grow.
There is forced growth with a lot of characters. Like Luffy. Luffy has so much forced growth, it's out of control. Garp? Why is Garp learning and growing? He's a fucking 70-year-old grizzled man.
Right.
Why does he need a character arc? See, like, we were blowing the story with these character arcs because of this book. This book annoys me, Eric.
You haven't even read it.
This book annoys me.
Okay.
Because every writer pulls this out and says, this is the only way to do it. It's not. We need some writing needs we need some innovation.
This was written on 70 screenplays.
I'm aware.
The best films.
I'm aware.
They talk
But
about
Eric,
the
need
killing of the Chinese bookie.
Eric, we need some innovation here, or I'm gonna fucking fall asleep. Why? I don't want to be able to call every fucking plot and every character growth. Come up with something new, please. Eric, see, the brilliance of One Piece is that it's different. Sure, you've got the standard affair, the plot, the A to B, you know, we all know what it is. But there's fun,
and there's definitely there's definitely modern issues in One Piece, which is we don't need a fucking C plot.
Yeah, this is the problem. We don't need a fucking Garb C plot. Right?
We don't need it.
No.
We should be following.
Eric, if this book told people how to power scale, I'd be consistent with that. Then maybe this book.
The other one does up there.
Where's Araki?
There, up there. There
He's
it
over
is,
there.
next to Morsh.
Right? Araki tells you how to power scale.
Right.
Right?
It tells you about the Royal Road.
Eric, I don't like it. I wish no one read this book anymore. We don't need to read this book anymore. Throw it away. We need new media.
Well, that's why you go to different countries. That's why Japan has different writing styles. That's why One Piece is different.
It's just, it's annoying to see, like, obvious, like, writing tropes. They're like, who does this serve, Eric? Is anyone excited by these writing tropes?
This is the issue.
You know, lines like, I've been betrayed by everyone I know. No, you haven't, Nami. Like, lines like that. No, you haven't.
This is the this is the question.
You were betrayed specifically by Arlong.
This is what happened.
What?
There was depth, there was nuance.
Yeah.
The audience didn't understand it. And we hammer it down, and we hammer it down, and we hammer it down, and then we get lines like, I don't trust anybody because everyone betrays me.
Which is not true.
Instead of the implied nuance of the character and how they act, and that's why they act, and you trust the audience to understand their explicit nature through their actions and their insecurities.
Eric, I'm just bored.
2023, we just get told things.
I'm just bored. I'm bored by...
This is the conversation about the RPG thing about Baldur's Gate 3. How many times am I gonna cast Blizzard? How many times am I gonna cast Whirlwind and a Warrior or Rand?
Eric, you can't be blamed for being the original, alright?
It's 2023, I don't care,
Eric,
make new spells.
It's the original. It's like saying, I don't want to play Monopoly, when it's a game about Monopoly.
They make many different versions of Monopoly.
They're all the fucking same.
Anyway, that was the example.
Writing. Please. Read it. Read this book, Eric. But this is the foundations. In art forms, we need to go beyond. We can't just go, here's the basics, here it is. We need some innovation.
I wouldn't even say it's about this. I just say it's about, like...
Well, you know, it's a metaphor. It's not actually about this. It's about paint-by-numbers writing.
Right.
You see it in Marvel. You see it everywhere. It's boiled down. There's no nuance. We're doing A, B, C. We're ticking the box. This character has
Nami can't can't go above and beyond this bandwidth because she's this character.
At this point,
And then
in the band, and we got to get to the A B, and then once B's
Right,
ticked, we
but
go
she
here.
can't go out of the bounds, otherwise the audience will get confused as to what character archetype she is. And they're not going to understand because she's got an actual personality.
Nah.
But then you go the other way and you write The Last of Us 2.
Or French cinema, Eric.
Right, or French cinema, which is incoherent.
You know, maybe we need a bit of French cinema, Eric.
A little bit
Maybe we need a little bit of...
Right, what you want.
Interesting.
Right, structure it the way you want. Things will happen.
But Eric, what people get wrong, and what I see a lot of people on Twitter and when people talk about writing, what people get wrong is writing also an art form.
Right.
It's not a formula. It's not
But
blah blah
our
blah.
friend of the show, Dritz, proclaims there is objective writing.
No, it's an art form, and if it works, it works. Don't worry about the rules too much. All right. It's a process, Eric. Hone the skills. Don't fucking cookie cutter. I'm gonna do. It's good to know the basics. It's good to know the foundation.
Just like in, there are chibi artists, there are realistic artists, the digital, traditional.
Put your own tastes and put your own personality into your writing.
Remember that guy was sitting that script, and then half the words were just like cat.
No, we don't have to go through that, Eric. But please, by all means, read this. Get the foundations. But like, you gotta go beyond the foundations, and that's what's missing from this One Piece show. Because I feel like we've stepped back. We've stepped back into safe territory.
Ironic though, it's like refreshing to the normal audience.
I know.
Because it's just been a desert wasteland.
A wasteland.
For the last 10 years.
But anyway, moving on. Just a little rant about writing. No one's gonna give a fuck. Right. What do you think about this topic? Are you getting bored of the standard cliche?
The show was inoffensive.
Yeah, but
it didn't have to. It wasn't high. It wasn't low. Good. Nothing really was like.
Yeah, but the reason why Nami is unlikable is because of the cookie cutter character growth.
It's just a cookie.
Arcs.
Yeah, it's just a cookie. There's just some cookie cutter arcs. It's not offensive. It's not. It's just like, all right, I guess we're doing this. It's fine. I'll watch it.
Yeah. All right, there you go. Moving on. Questions.
No Thunderdome, Christian. The Thunderdome's cancelled. Christian hasn't come with a.
We'll come up with something.
Question for the people out there.
From Young Obama, why is the live action better than the dragged out anime? He's incorrect. For some reason, Young Obama has a vendetta against the One Piece anime.
Maybe he's a Morsh fan.
We don't understand it. And we don't get it. Alright, from Bindle. Speaking of Morge, Eric. What is Morge smoking that the live action, other than a few things, is better than the manga? I don't think did he actually say this, Eric? Or are people just memeing him out of context?
It's sort of out of context. He says he likes the changes.
Okay.
And they're like...
Things like villagers not knowing about Nami's death to Arlong instead of knowing like in the manga makes it cliche and boring. Exactly. We bring this up. People understand this stuff. Also, the Baratie barely being in danger in the live action compared to the manga where Luffy has to save the Baratie so Zeph can teach Sanji that Luffy is a man to follow his dreams with. Exactly, we talk about this. Sanji, you don't really understand why Sanji joins the crew. You kind of do, but like,
right.
You know. From Young Obama, does the manga and anime and live action all feel like their own story because they don't adapt the manga 1-to-1? Well, the anime is like 95% accurate. Yeah. Basically full of extended gags, select overhype, some characters, rewrites, etc. I don't like when the anime goes too far with the flashy nonsense bullshit. It like fucks up the power scaling, you know. Yeah, it's cool that Law's fucking up Big Mom, but is that power scaling? Is that correct? Is that Oda's vision? No.
There's various issues with with the manga and the live action. Who knows what live action will get to? But.
Yeah. From Jojo Land's top one already, also known as Harvested Berry. Overproof Shanks and his crew being complete bums in live action. Incorrect.
Did not watch the last scene.
Did not watch the last scene. From S Dart, I highly doubt Harvester Barris watched live action. There's no fucking way he's watched it.
No chance.
From S Dart, why is Eric continuing to make new animations when he's already reached his peak on September 5th, 2023? See, Eric, let me tell you something. You delved into the dangerous territory of the boober Twitter, and you got burned and you got scorned, and you got mad. You got a little salty about it. All right. That's what you get for going into the boober Twitter and you're trying to play the algorithm and you're trying to make that revenue. We know what you're doing. Everyone knows what you're doing.
This was a story. I did a Zora one. People wanted Nami or Robin. I thought, alright, I'll do a Robin one. Have a little entertainment. Fucking side effects on Dart. I completely forgot Dart loves Robin. So that was good for Dart.
But Dart loves it. Dart's got no complaints, Eric. But the boober Twitter.
I did a little tutorial on Twitter for the people.
Eric, no one cared about that.
Just to prove.
No one cared about it. No one cared about your proof.
People saw it. People liked it.
Eric. You get it, man.
This is interesting.
Do not... Eric, you played with fire and you got burned. You can't...
There was no real burn. It was like 3 quote tweets.
You got burnt.
This is the thing.
Eric, stay away from boober Twitter and just stay on the hype Twitter. Alright? You don't want to veer into the boober Twitter.
No,
because you don't want to veer to the darkness. Right?
We're not gonna go there. But this is the issue.
Yeah.
Girls very upset that the boob physics are wrong on things. Who would have thought?
Eric, I'm just saying, if anyone actually draw real breast physics, it would be out of control.
They don't move unless the body moves, really. Or other object hits them.
Don't get me started on this rant between real life and what's acceptable to draw. Don't get me started on that. Don't get me started on that.
What are you talking
I don't know. I'm not getting into this rant. All right.
It seems like you want to.
I know. I'm not getting into this rant because we're running out of time here. From Bane. I think non-One Piece fans enjoyed this way more than One Piece fans. Not in my experience. Also, what are you guys' thoughts on Mihawk gas? It's a lot of gas.
He has a lot of gas anyway.
Yeah.
It's not like he doesn't.
From Bane. No. From Utsuro. Does Matt Owens hate Ben Beckman? He's a Mihawk fan.
But he's not the casting director, so...
He's not the casting director.
It's not his fault.
From Dart. Is it true that most of the YouTubers hate the live action, but since they're friends with Matt Owens, they gas it up? No.
People are saying certain things.
Yeah, people...
Grandma didn't like episode 3 and 4.
Yeah, it's not good.
People are saying what they want to say.
Yeah. From Middle. Is S-Dart cooler than regular Dart? I mean, S-Dart.
What does this mean?
See, Dart has an alter count, S-Dart.
Which one has the butt access for 100?
Dart. I think you got rid of the butt access. He's now the RFP navigator. He's no longer selling his butt, alright? From Main D. Moon. What is your biggest worry about season 2? Just going too fast. Because I know they're going to want to finish Alabasta in season 2.
They will.
And we need the old man in the water scene, Eric. We need that scene.
I think they could do 5 episodes on Alabasta, bud.
Yeah, it might get more episodes.
Logtown, Whiskey Peak.
It should get 10. It should get more episodes in season 1.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, they're fucking up the connection with Alabasta, with the old man in the water, Luffy punching Vivi, all types of shit. Alright?
Yeah. Crocodile might be.
Also, Wapple's definitely getting skipped.
I don't know if he's required.
He's definitely getting skipped.
He kind of turns up at the end and gets fucked up, so.
From Chris D. I forgot to mention it, but the whole using Conquerors and armament at the same time thing is still surprising to me. So it was Kaido only using Conquerors in his strong attacks, while Luffy, he was using both armament and Conquerors in Gear 5, or Ryo plus Conquerors, which he states for Bajuan Gun. Ryo is Haki. It's just a better version of armament Haki. Right? And Conqueror's Haki is, of course, Conqueror's Haki.
He's got the hardening, he's got the Rio, he's got the cock.
Yeah.
Inclusive of Kaido has Rio, but he is using cock.
Yeah. From Michael J.
Very annoying.
From Michael J. I get making the Straw Hats weak in more to make it feel more grounded, but do you think that made Luffy seem too weak?
Yes. Everyone else isn't weak. Luffy's weak.
Will they continue the Kobe points? I hope the fuck they get rid of the Kobe
It's kind of
point.
implied they're gonna go away for a little bit and train.
You can have like 1 or 2 scenes of them training, that's fine, but we don't need a fucking C plot with Kobe.
Right.
Right? From Christy.
Do you think they're gonna rewrite the dance powder plot?
It'll be way more political.
Watch it be like crocodiles actually taking the air, mush out of the air.
Oh my god. We might have already seen Crocodile, and he happens to be female. Are they playing into the meme?
That's alright.
I
don't mind a gender swap.
Are they playing into the theory meme?
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah. Right. From Drewflex, do you guys see a way the show could actually go till the end of One Piece? No. They're skipping a whole bunch of arcs.
They might end it in... we'll see. They'll get to Marineford.
Yeah. Eric, from Yaboi. Since all great fighters call out their finish moves, what is your favorite finishing move from our boy Monkey D, Gum Gum, Battle Axe against Arlong, and Jet Gallagher and Blucci are probably my number 2. Axe is alright, Arlong Park. It's not one of my favorite moves. Of course, it's Jet Gallagher iconic.
Yes.
Jet Bazooka. Power. Alright. Gear 4.
Dawn Pistol.
Snake Man, Eric. The Black Mamba. The Devastation. You require Future Sight to get past Black Mamba. How does Zoro get past Black Mamba? No one can answer that question. Zoro fans,
just say like
MBDD can't answer that question.
They say Dragon Twister. They say a bunch of bullshit, which wouldn't cut.
Twister. Get the fuck out of here, Dragon Twister.
That's what they say.
Zoro's getting pummeled. He doesn't have time to use any move. Just like Kaido, who was locked up, Eric. He couldn't move. He had to activate the Future Sight to get out of it. So whenever Luffy finds Zoro, they give Zoro
I
all
like
the
Black.
tech.
I like Black Mamba in concept. I don't necessarily like its appearance in video games or anime.
It's hard to pull off.
Right.
Yeah. What other moves?
Dawn Pistol.
Dawn Pistol. Gear 5. Dawn Pistol. Great. Right. Lightning. Giganta. Of course, Eric's favorite move. Sledgehammer.
Bring it back.
Also, what happened to Shotgun?
It's kind of Gatling.
It's weird.
So is Cannon. Cannon's kind of
just Gatling.
It's like a condensed Gatling. Now the camera's gone off, which is odd.
There's a lot of strange Luffy moves.
Okay.
But yeah.
UFO, of course.
Yeah.
Gum Gum Surprise.
From Brecon, new theory for Borge. What do you think will hit? The Marines' raid on Egghead will fail in future. The Marine... Eric, Borge called the raid failing, and it's the Marines.
Oh.
Did live action Shanks live up to the God Kiss status or not?
No. But he's okay.
He's alright. From the Dream, do you think only see the live action will like this whole Kobe? No one likes this guy. Angry Joe didn't like it. It was fucking confusing.
It's weird.
It's a weird plot. No one likes it. For Brayo Zorko, why is it so wrong for Mihawk to be stronger than Shanks? What does it change? Please reread chapter 1, and that's all I'll say.
Luffy's ultimate goal is to surpass Shanks via logic. Shanks will be the final stumbling block or hurdle for Luffy to surpass.
Shanks will be the final fight for the One Piece. We've said this for lots of episodes now.
Years.
But there you go. Favorite fight scene from the live action. Favorite fight scene.
Mihawk Zoro.
Yeah. You have to go with that, huh? From Christy Eric, finish reading Stillborn Run. What are you gonna do with that?
Possibility.
Okay. Well, there you go. And that's the episode, Eric. Another episode in the bag.
Chapter 5.
We have a chapter.
Christian, we're walking
Oh my
out of the
God.
desert.
I know. It's been
So
brutal.
thirsty.
It's been fucking brutal.
We made it.
Yeah. But there you go.
We'll see you next week.
Shakes the strongest, shakes the king.
Good night.